So guys, Starfield has been living rent-free
It's free, right?
inside the heads of most of the collective gaming community for the last few weeks, so much so that games like No Man's Sky have seen a substantial spike in popularity lately, as this Bethesda developed title is widely regarded as the biggest game release of the year. Welcome to the simulation inside the simulation. I am Too Damn Golden, your VR Voyager, and of course, as usual, us VR enthusiasts were left on the outside looking in, as yet another perfect for VR release has come and gone without even an inkling of VR support. But never fear, Too Damn Golden is here to tell you that VR has some awesome games on the way, guys, including a couple that are coming out this year and one that should be out in the next 12 months that are absolutely sure to make waves in the VR sphere at large. And alongside the pending release of the MetaQuest 3 could actually impact VR's adoption rate in the near future. So enough talking about it, let's get right to it. Starting things off today is the follow-up to one of VR's best releases, Asgard's Wrath, as Asgard's Wrath 2 is set to hit Quest headsets later this holiday season, and it serves as arguably VR's biggest test from a standalone headset perspective, as the major question surrounding this title is going to be how does it hold up when compared to its PC VR only predecessor. And fortunately, we have seen quite a bit of gameplay with this one, as this title definitely was the star attraction back at June's MetaQuest Game Showcase, and the early impressions, at least on my part, is that this eventually will end up being that full-length RPG experience that standalone headset users have definitely been waiting for a long time. Albeit scaled back graphically when compared to its predecessor, but with the lack of full-length experiences that currently exist in VR, this is sure to be a massive title, guys, as Asgard's Wrath introduced us to a deep telling of Norse mythology, combined with sharp combat mechanics and storytelling, of which Asgard's Wrath 2 follows directly, as players, according to Sanzaru, will enjoy 60 hours of core gameplay with this one. This is definitely a headset-selling title, or at least that is both Meta and Sanzaru Games' ambition, as every Quest 3 headset sold from now until January 27th will come pre-packaged with this game, as this is the premium Quest 3 title that the collective VR community will have our eyes on come December 15th, and it is the first of 3 massive titles that will hopefully introduce a wider pool of VR adopters to the platform in the near future. Now, our second game featured today provides VR gamers with yet another desire that has been desperately missing from the VR space: AAA developed titles. And with that, Ubisoft enters the fray with its iconic Assassin's Creed franchise and Assassin's Creed Nexus VR, which is slated for a November 16th release. And this has been promised to be a proper built from the ground up VR title where players will assume the role of 3 different assassins: Ezio, Connor, and Cassandra, in an open world setting. Now, plot-wise, not much is known at the moment, guys, as there really hasn't been much information on this front, except for a short paragraph on the website stating that Abstergo Industries has found a way to retrieve powerful lost artifacts that can be used to manipulate people's beliefs. To sabotage their plan, you'll uncover all new stories and accomplish new missions as legendary assassins. But what has been disclosed is that Assassin's Creed Nexus VR will feature a variety of historically accurate open maps, as well as heavily emphasized focus on the real-world motion used for traversal, as Ubisoft has asserted that there will be 360-degree navigation in this title, as well as the ability to live out all of your parkour fantasies as in prior Assassin's Creed titles, as well as the usage of real-world motions to do things like blocking, parrying, and hitting those timely counterattacks whilst dueling with AI reactive enemies. But of course, one could not talk about Assassin's Creed without talking stealth, and Ubisoft has declared that this will be a core component here, as gamers will be able to use this highly interactive world to not only interact with various historical figures, civilians, and enemies alike, but also to create distractions while entering stealth situations. And of course, you'll get to feel that rush of blending in with the large crowd as enemies look for you and seek to ruthlessly end your existence. Now, the last game that I absolutely cannot wait to take a voyage to is going to come up here in just 1 second. That's actually the same amount of time that it takes you to like and subscribe down below on this video. Folks, it really does help out the channel, and it absolutely means the world to me. But in all seriousness, the final game in today's video, Skydance's Behemoth, has easily been the most intriguing title in my personal opinion, as we were gifted with a beautiful cinematic trailer at the tail end of last year by the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners developer Skydance Interactive, and most recently the sad news that it has unfortunately been pushed back to a late 2024 release window. However, not much else is known at the moment. But what we do know is that this is allegedly dropping, like I said, next holiday season, and that much like Saints and Sinners, it will boast a fight to survive element to it, while simultaneously focusing on playing out as an epic adventure in which you aim to defeat giant colossi. Also, in terms of setting, we do know that our entry point is a remote corner of an eerie and hollow empire in which during the very first scene, our hero is attacked, robbed, and left for dead, as our protagonist is a quote, diseased wanderer lost in the frigid forsaken lands, who will use various combat methods to dispatch foes, with the primary one being the real-world physics-based and weighty sword combat. As according to creator Todd Adamson, combat is all physics-based, and we require real weapon collision for things like block and parry. This applies to enemies also, so the AI will actually predict the incoming angle of your attack and position their sword to properly block it. They do make mistakes though, and if they fail and your sword connects with their body, it will do damage. Now, whether or not this game actually drops at the end of next year, I guess only time will tell, but what I do know is the day it drops, I am all in on taking a voyage to the Forsaken Lands and enjoying the world of Skydance's Behemoth, because this game looks absolutely amazing, at least from the limited information that we have. Thanks for watching.